Hola guys! Sneha here. Welcome back. To this video, I'm going to present you a short version of Vipassana as per my understanding, as per my feelings. What it is hard. What it's not easy. Not at all. What it is, it's pure meditation. What is it not? It's not about controlling the breathing. There is no breathwork. It's meditating exercise. Since we did 9 hours of meditation, it is in psychological literature. We did have theory, but it was only for around 1 hour in the entire day. What it is, it's physically painful. What it isn't, it's not a child's play. Not at all. What it is, realistic. It's neither futuristic nor a psychedelic experience, unlike what most of the people say. It's a practice. What it isn't, it's not an epiphany. There will be eureka moments, as if you have realized something new, but it's not going to last forever. It is a monkish prison. It's not an angelic heaven. What it is, the course is about cleansing your soul. What it's not worded trickery. Now this is because there is a festival, another biggest festival in Nepal. It's called Dasain. Today most of the shops, restaurants, everything is closed here. I'm enjoying the silence. It's not complete silence, but better than the hustle and bustle I see every day in Tamil, which is the most touristic place. Most of the people have gone to their town, and the things that I showed you in the background are because of the festival. This especially is because of the festival. Today's course is now over, and what I understood about the Vipassana course. First of all, when it comes to word Vipassana, it means seeing things clearly. It also means seeing the reality as it is, rather than manipulating it so that it feels good to your heart, so that it feels good to your condition. Even defining the reality through words or through any kind of expressive art is kind of manipulating it. But when it comes to Vipassana, it means to see and to feel things as they are. There were 3 words that were stretched throughout the course. The first one was misery. The second one was anicca, which means impermanence. And the third one was equanimity. The course repeatedly asked to accept our condition of misery. What it meant was the people were there, but everybody had their own delusional reason to make them believe that they don't need this course, but they are here only to check it out. Like for some people, they thought they were there because their friends suggested them. For some others, it was because they wanted to check it out. It's something new in the town. For others, like me, I wanted to challenge myself to something harder than I already knew. Some also believed that this course will give them some kind of superpower, and they will heal all the others in the world with their superpower. While some expected the course to make them eternally happy, or to get rid of their eternal sadness. But the reason that we were not out in some adventure park taking a fun ride, but in the 10-day Vipassana course, where we had to stay silent, where we had to give up our usual amount of sleeping hours, where we had to give up our usual tasty food, was that there was something inside us that was bugging at us, that was biting at us. There was something inside us that was making us miserable. And that was the thing that we wanted to be liberated from. The liberation never comes without the acceptance. And that would be the first step towards the liberation from misery. The course gives you a practical example of how you are the source of all the problems you have, but not the world. It separates you from the outer world. It keeps you in some secluded place where it takes care of you and all your responsibilities to prove you that all your problems still exist. All your miseries and all your suffering still exist. It hasn't gone away. Which means the problem is not out there. It's inside there. It's there. The world out there is not the problem. The problem is you. The problem is inside you. The way you perceive the world is the problem, not the world itself. The Course, through its meditation technique, makes you aware of this fact and at the same time aims to reduce those sufferings. The Course won't eradicate it. The Course won't finish it completely. After all, according to Buddha, our entire life is suffering. But merely by accepting this fact, it brings us in harmony with the reality of this present. Anicca, impermanence. Now, what does that mean? I think everybody knows. Everything in this world is impermanent. Although we know it, but do we really feel it? I don't think so. If it did, we won't be trying so hard to prevent our status quos. I got this house, I got so much money, I got this status in the society, and I got to prevent it. But how many of us have been able to really protect it? For how many of us, our status quos have stayed as they are? That's what impermanence means in real life. This course will make you feel this reality by making you observe your sensations for 10 hours in one day. You keep on observing your sensation each moment and you see that no sensation inside the body stays. Sometimes it's a sensation that creates anger. Sometimes it's another sensation that makes you happy. A different kind of sensations that leads to different kind of reactions in the outer world. But none of those sensations stay the same. They pass from one moment to another. They get created in one moment and they die in another moment. If you see this fact, if you feel this fact, if you observe this fact for the entire day, for 10 days, you will know, you will feel what impermanence really means. But keep in mind, breath in this case is just an accompanying factor. It's not a breathwork exercise. The entire focus is on meditating on the sensations. It's not about controlling your breath or to bring your breath to a certain level. The only relative reality is that we let the breath pass as it is and we observe. During Vipassana course, the stress was to look at all the feelings, emotions and sensations from an equal frame of mind. For example, a lot of people think that happiness is good. Not good. It's great. Everybody wants to be happy, but nobody wants to be sad unless there are victim kind of people who like to be sad to get some kind of perks like the hobos on the street, or sometimes children do it as well to get some attention, to get some chocolates, candies. But for proud people, they gotta be happy. On the other hand, there are some people who develop this habit of dwelling in the past or visualizing a low-filled future to escape the reality of their sad present. When it comes to boredom, it's meager. It's normal people's trait. The great people, they got to create something new each moment so that the boredom doesn't inflict them. After all, they are great. They got to prove their greatness. As social animals, we have developed this prejudice against certain kind of feelings, certain kind of emotions, certain kind of sensations. It's hard to escape this cycle of prejudice. Although we all know that when the prejudice comes from other people, it's not acceptable for us. How can somebody else be prejudiced against me? But in this case, you have a prejudice against something that belongs to you, something that's inside you. Once you know this fact, Would you still want to have this kind of prejudice? I guess no. And that's what this course is stressing, to look at all these emotions, feelings, sensations in the same manner. Start the change with yourself. Be the change you want to see. Develop equanimity through practice. Although in real world it's not possible to develop 100% equanimity for all these emotions. Of course, when the happiness comes after the pain, we want the happiness to persist. We like it, we love it, and we don't want to let go of this feeling. But you can practice this technique, you can develop this equanimity, and if not 100%, the practice will bring this percentage up a little bit. Even if it's a little bit, I think it will help you in the manner that you won't crave only for intense emotions, because after all, anger also is an intense emotion. Not everybody is comfortable with anger. Some people are, but not everybody. Most of them want to get rid of this feeling because it's not so... It creates something so unhealthy inside us. We want to get rid of it, but we don't know how to get rid of it. But if we keep on practicing this technique, this craving for unhealthy, intense emotions will reduce, and it will give way for joy and peace, which is not the same as intense emotions. The course has been over for 3 weeks now, and I have been still practicing it. It's all about the practice and the belief in the technique. So practice equanimity.